you know, good morning.
Good morning.
It's Friday.
Oh God, it is Friday.
This week, every day has not felt like the day it's supposed to be.
I know. I think I have 3 Wednesdays under my belt so far this week.
Yeah, I mean,
And the real one and the 2 fake ones.
Yeah, I mean, and I've been busier this week than all of December.
Like
Qualifying
are you busy
people.
like a one-arm paper hanger in a paper hanging contest?
Or a one-legged man in an ass kicking contest.
Yeah, you don't do a lot of kicking one-legged.
Well, you came up with the other one. I just thought I'd come up with this one.
Well, I always like to repeat some of my grandpa's favorite little sayings.
Yeah.
I always, he'd say it, I go,
a bird in a hand's better than two in a bush.
What?
And I'm like, well, I don't eat bird.
If you need a bird.
By the way, if you just chipped in, these are Grandpa's sayings.
Yeah, these are Grandpa's sayings. Hotter than a $2 pistol.
All right. So today is job day.
Yeah.
And so what happened was, and good morning, everybody, if I didn't get it. Slower wage growth helps rates. All right. So first thing this morning, the jobs report came out. The stock market took off. It was amazing. It's so great. And the bond market took in the shorts, and then they started looking at it, and we'll go through it. And I'll explain to why they made a change. So they were only expecting 200,000 jobs created, and came in at 223,000 jobs created for December.
That's more.
Yeah, that's a lot more. There were 28,000 in negative revisions for October and November, which
What's negative revision?
That means they didn't create as many jobs as they thought. So they went back and adjusted those.
Okay.
I guess people just changed their minds. All right. So in in today's survey, the job numbers, you get it from two different places. The job report comes from the business survey, and then they have a household survey that makes up the two components of it.
And the household survey is
how we'll get there.
Work?
No, we'll get there.
Okay.
So this is the headline job number comes from, and the modeling and all how they figure it out. Then the household survey, they call households, and that's how they get the unemployment rate to see what's going on in the households.
You mean if they never not working?
Correct. They never call me.
They don't call me either.
Yeah,
I must be working.
So the household survey, if you look into it, in its own job creation component, it showed that we had 717,000 job creations, while the labor force increased by 439,000. I mean, more people coming into the labor force, right?
So when you answer the phone, do you have to say, no, I don't work? Or do you say, oh, no, I work from home?
Well, it depends. And that's, you understand that.
I do.
Depends.
Anyway,
so, yeah. So this number actually decreased from 3.6, you can see on the screen, to 3.5, the unemployment rate. Woohoo! Mm-hmm. And then labor force participation increased from 62.1 to 62.3, which is the highest level since August ago, but it's still pretty low for participation. This is the big thing that changed everything about an hour ago or two. What time is it? 8:30. This is at 6:30. It changed.
Okay.
People started looking at the report and understanding that out of the 717,000 job creations, 679,000 were from part-time workers
in December.
Yeah, and only 38,000 were full-time. Of that part-time workers, that could be somebody picking up an extra job to pay for their Christmas.
Right.
That's the stores thinking it was going to be super crazy that they needed more people. So I think again, I said it before I even got there, but the part-time were 380 of those were multiple job holders. So almost half of that was multiple job holders.
380,000 were multiple job holders.
Yeah. So that tells you they're not going to keep that job, right?
Right.
Going forward.
Usually, like today, they're done.
Right. And so average earnings are up. I don't want to get into this part of it, but
no,
I'm not going to. I'm going to go back up. This is the most important thing right here. The fact that out of that number, it's a bad number. Plus, one thing I didn't throw on here was temporary workers made up. There were a lot less of them in December, which means companies get rid of temporary workers before they get rid of their staff.
Right.
So what we're seeing is going into January, we're in January, but when that report comes out, we're probably going to see slower job creations. We're going to see more issues with that. We're going in a recession, because that's the first thing about temporary workers being let go, is that's a sign that we're in a recession.
And what will that do to the bond market?
Rates will improve.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Well, there
It's been
could be.
weird.
Well, no, the thing they could come out and go, here's another $2 trillion in spending that we need to do. Pass
Yeah.
it quickly.
Because there's some fluff we want to put in this bill.
And that because that's what messed. We would be much better on mortgages right now if that bill hadn't passed.
The 1.7
Yes.
billion.
Yeah, because that was there's a lot of money
Was it,
thrown.
it was trillion, right?
Yeah, 1.7 trillion.
Trillion.
Yeah.
You know how big that number is?
Yeah, it's a
Jeez.
lot. Yeah. I mean, the lottery today is not even that much. It's almost 1 billion.
It's almost, oh, is it?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would be okay with a billion.
All right, so everybody go out, spend $20. That's 10 pulls because you don't have a chance to win unless you play.
True.
Right. And
True.
some people, I never play that. Well, for something $1 billion almost that you get almost 600 million
Right
after taxes, you probably get about 375 million. Right. Most people try to put money into their 401k, 403b and then come out with,
$1 million.
1 to 5 million.
Yeah.
Go spend $20 and you have a
See
chance
what
to
happens.
win. Yeah.
You're going to spend it on a latte anyway, or a caramel macchiato.
Yeah. So that's only 2 drinks you can't have this week.
Yeah. Only 2.
Well, because they're like $6-7 now.
So expensive.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Inflation, forget what rapper lady was like so upset about inflation because she had her people go through her budget and they found out that her lettuce cost went up 500%.
Her lettuce cost.
Yeah. And so Mari B I can't think of it. Anyway, she was complaining about it. So, and that's why I said the changes in the election wasn't going to happen because there wasn't enough pain yet. And now we're starting to see the pain.
Feel some pain.
So, and here I did say, so the numbers right now, so here's the charts. This is the most important. When this one, again, we said before, this number here gets down below 3%, that's when you're going to see major changes in the housing market.
Yeah.
But this is the bonds are up right now.
And you said that was at 70 earlier.
This was, earlier was at 70. And this thing is like the sinus rhythm thing at the hospital that my wife doesn't like me talking about. She's like, stupid, don't say that. And, where it goes, beep, 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 beep. Anyway, so yeah.
That's stupid. Don't say that.
No, that's stupid is stupid does. All right. So by the way, my book, where is it? Comes out February
14.
That's right. Valentine's Day.
So all you husbands go out there and get your wife for this book.
Yeah. It gets released on February 14th. It'll be on Amazon. It'll be all over. And then I need a few people going to Barnes and Noble and go, do you have this book? Do you have this book? I need 5 people to go into every Barnes and Noble and ask them, and then they'll order them and then have it. And then if you go through the airport, stop at that the news place and go, hey, do you have this book?
Is that how it works?
That's how kind of it works. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm learning stuff every day.
Yeah. So if you do that, then I'll go and buy the 5 books and then they'll go, wow, we need to get this nationwide. No, I've sent it to a few people and they're like, this is it. I didn't want a book that was going to be too over, like too big that people wouldn't read it. And I want just enough knowledge that you kind of understand it, but you're not going to understand everything.
No.
Yeah. But you'll be better educated.
You'll start understanding it though.
Right. You'll like the best thing I liked about it is when I went through the loan estimate and the CD, where most people have no idea what that is, even when they're in contract. So
it's a commercial don't pull.
What?
CD. I like to make
closing disclosure.
Yeah.
It's a loan estimate and closing
disclosure. It's the one document that stops people from ever thinking about being foreclosed on because it's so accurate.
Well, yeah, the CD is so much. There's no issue anymore.
Yeah.
Right. The loan estimate's usually higher because we can't show discounted. So Northern California, where we're at, we use the same title and escrow companies. In Southern California, other places they don't.
Right.
So up here they give you discounted rates. Well, we can't show the discounted rates on the LE. We can only show that on the CD.
Gotcha.
So that's why usually it's like, wow, it's like $1,500 cheaper.
And for lay people out there, what's an LE?
Loan estimate. I've already said that twice.
I know, but you want to say it again because they weren't listening to the loan estimate when you said it, and you said LE, and they're like,
lay?
What the hell?
What's a lay people?
Oh, that's a completely different business.
All right, what's going on in the real estate since I talked about
world,
myself?
A lot of activity in the office this week, even though there are still quite a few people on vacation. So, but there's a lot of butts through the door, meaning agents are back working, they're prospecting, they're putting listings on the market. Not a ton,
Well, there's only so many that can be put on there.
Be put on.
And only one person can buy each one. So
what?
Yeah, shocking. I know.
That is new information for me now too. I thought more than one person could buy at a time.
No, that's what's we didn't have that many showings. Well, you only need one.
Yeah. Back on the markets are slowed down a little bit, I think. The last week I've noticed we're no longer from it was about 15 per day in the Modesto area.
You mean back on the market?
Yeah, back on the market where, something fell apart, especially, there are quite a few back on the markets. I think 8 or 9 per day when the $1.7 trillion bill got passed and rates shot up a little bit. Some people are like, well, that's a difference of $400 a month for me.
Right.
I'm not going to do that. They should have done it. They should have just moved forward.
Right.
Don't buy the lattes. Don't buy the caramel macchiatos. Vary your price, and then when stuff changes, float down.
Right, and you also have to get out of your client's way. What I mean by that is, I found that over the last month, I stopped worrying about the payment and explaining about, oh, this is not where rates. They don't know really what the payment was at 3%, 3.5%, 4%.
Look at that guy.
I know. Thanks, Grandpa.
Thanks, Grandpa. Are you still watching the kids?
He's talking about us.
I know, but he's also down watching kids.
I know. Well, good morning, kids. All right, Grandpa.
Yeah.
So I just, like everybody I've been talking to, this is kind of the payment. Can you afford that? Yeah. We have to, as loan officers and real estate agents, we have to get out of our own way.
That's true in every market.
Right. And we had that change, and then now we're dwelling on it. So what? People don't really know what that payment is.
Don't dwell on that because it's already, look, it's changed again.
Oh, yes.
It's changed again.
Tell me a story, Grandpa.
Well, it all began in 1902.
Remember how I was like, tell you this thing moves a lot, right?
Yeah.
The
Yep.
Just moved again.
It's changing.
Yeah.
And it's Friday.
Yeah. Now, I like that even though that 10-year does not control mortgage rates, it just shows where we're going overall, right?
Right.
We just went down.
So you showed it at the perfect time.
Yep.
Then you go back to 58.
Yep. That's why I tell you, things moves all day long. That's why we can't look at what's going on all day long.
And that's why when you ask a lender what are the rates,
right? They can change.
It's. I think that's the bane of their existence. That question, what are rates? Well, let's discuss that.
Well, there's 27 different things that can make up your rate.
Yeah.
What's your FICO score? What loan program? How much you putting down?
Yeah.
Those are just to name a few.
And they just bought it. They just
manufactured
bought a car,
home.
So they've got their auto FICO score. Right?
So here's a lot of people don't realize. Like I qualified some people in Merced,
mm-hmm.
and then they went and found a place in LaGrange.
Okay.
Manufactured home.
Oh, not on a permanent foundation?
No, it's on a permanent foundation.
Okay.
But if you're VA or FHA and you have a 660 FICO score,
I'm not going to do it.
It's going to put you in a higher ratio, and then it could be referred because the manufactured home is looked at a little bit like it's not as good as a single family home. Are you following me? It's just, so you have to be careful. I didn't think about, if it was Sonora, I'd tell them, don't go find a manufactured home, find a single family. I didn't think Merced I'd had to worry about that, but I guess LaGrange is
well, LaGrange, yeah. And you say, do you tell them go buy a stick-built home, not a manufactured home?
Well, it just depends on the area where they're at. And, if I know they're going to do that, then I'll switch it and make sure there's not going to be a refer or something. And on VA, it's about how much do you have left over per month. You have two people, it's a reserves of your wages that could cause that. So with them, they just needed $500 or $600 more a month. Well, they had some other stuff, so it worked, but it's just, you have to know that VA is different than FHA or conventional. It's a lot about reserves, because I've had ratios up to, I'm talking about debt to income ratios, which means for every dollar you bring in, how many goes towards your mortgage, how much goes towards your mortgage and other debt. The back end ratio on a VA, the most I've done is 73.
Wow.
Because they had a lot of reserves.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Did they have a tank?
A tank.
Yeah, that they could sell and make some more reserves. They're in the military.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't get that.
You weren't following. I saw your eyes glaze over, and I thought,
no, I tank, and then I was talking about gasoline. I was going to bring up the whole new Dodge truck. Have you seen the new Dodge truck?
What is it, electric?
Yeah, it's going to have jump seats, so it'll have 3 rows.
Okay.
So they have front, back, and then you can move the back up a little bit and have the jump seats. It's like, really need that many people in a truck? when they're like,
Electric one?
well, the nice thing about it is you can take stuff and put like 20 feet boards all the way through and close it up, and it's inside the truck. So you don't have to worry about people stealing your stuff because you don't have an engine in the front, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they're able to slide it all the way through. Yeah.
So if you have a cover on your bed, is what you're saying?
Well, no, not even that, because they have some way to do it from the back. I think it pops out where underneath the tailgate and opens up, and they can slide it all the way. And the other thing about that truck is the in between the bed and the cab falls down, and then you can extend the bed too, so that you can put so much stuff in there.
And then how many miles per charge do you?
I don't know. I didn't get that far into it because it's nowhere close to where I'll be.
Yeah. Craziness.
Yeah, I did put money down for the new Hummer, but that hasn't showed up yet.
The electric Hummer?
Yeah. 1,000 miles. 1,000. The engine was 1,000 horsepower.
Oh, so what do you get, about 50 feet on that charge?
All right, let's not.
I was able to go to Ceres on one charge.
That's right.
Where were you? I was in South Modesto.
Yeah, I'm on Brady. I was able to get to Roseburg Square. And then I had to charge at the same time.
It's going to be interesting when they can figure out how to get more mileage on that.
Well, there's a few coming out that are going to be 500. I'm not talking Hummers, but other vehicles, which when they're at 1,000 miles, we'll talk.
Those are one-door cars.
No, but when they're at 1,000 miles on one charge, then I'll buy.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to stop in LA
for an hour and a half or whatever it takes to charge.
Yeah, no,
fully,
thank you.
Especially in the winter. In the winter, you don't realize if the ambient temperature is too low, it takes forever to charge the batteries.
Right, and the worst part is, like, we have a cabin, and we're not going to be able to charge because we don't have a garage. It's outside. It's like, okay, so I put a little charger there, and then the next thing you know, everybody's pulling up. But hey, he's got a charger.
We like Ed. Yeah. He's got a charger.
Lock it up.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
be safe out there. We're going to have more weather, and did you see all the flooding in San Francisco and then Santa Cruz?
Santa Cruz. Yeah. Let's see what else. No, not Merced. I was looking at something today. 99. There's a portion of 99 they were, hovering over.
That was last week. That was right before. Did that flood again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Flooded again. Huh?
And I don't know why there's always like 5 or 6 cars in there. It's like, what?
Well, I know the one last week when it flooded was because a levee broke, and that's why it flooded. Even though
it's a great Led Zeppelin song when the levee breaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just be careful because we're having more water coming, and it's so saturated. Watch out for the trees. We had a couple big trees limbs come down in the college area.
Yeah, we have a tree by our office that got really tired and is taking a nap on the bus bench.
Oh, really? I made Marshall. I have not been able to take my trailer back up to the property because of the rain and everything, and I didn't want to get stuck going up my thing. So I was like, Marcia, scoot over here. All right, I'm going to pull in more so that branch, if it falls, it doesn't hit my truck.
Either one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have leaves in your trees right now?
No.
That helps.
No, yeah, that's the best part. But what we do have is some mistletoe. So
I know you get a lot of that. And how'd that go with our Modesto guy, helping us on the trees?
I don't know who's helping us. Right? Who's helping us on the trees?
We talked about it about 2 months ago.
Oh, did we?
He said he was going to get a crew out.
Did he? That was a crew about doing the sewer line. And that didn't work. That's right. They didn't help.
No.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do.
No.
Well, thanks for that. After I already moved everything, appreciate that.
That's
great. That fast service of the city.
All right, we digress.
Yeah, we're going on.
Everybody had a fantastic weekend. We are speaking with Amal Gruwal.
Oh, I was like, right? Yes, on Saturday.
This weekend, homeowners insurance, stuff like that.
Or other people call it hazard insurance. It's insurance in case something happens to your house.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about, because we were talking about the fair plan, a few other things. What you should really know when you're getting it. It's important.
I think it's going to be pretty interesting.
I hope so. We're trying to get as much information and stuff on there that we run into. I'm going to reach out to an escrow title company, see if they'll come on and talk about that.
They have all of them come.
A lot of them won't.
We can do a panel.
I know, but a lot of them won't because of attorney stuff, and they don't want to be said this or
They don't
that.
want to say something that then the attorney says, "Oh, you stupid dum dum."
Well, they just won't even. They're not allowed to come. So,
Yeah.
But I do have a company that I had on before that will come. So,
Oh, cool.
All right, make it a great day. Get out there, buy a home, reach
Live
out.
long and prosper, and get out there and buy a home this weekend. It's going to be rainy Saturday. Yeah, exactly. Or what do we do? Nanu.
I can't do that one.
Yeah, it's the only two things I can do in my life. It's going to be a busy weekend. It's going to be a rainy weekend, but go out there, go to an open house, buy it.
That's right. That's way. Hey, the best thing about going to an open house when it's raining is if there's a leak in the roof.
Exactly.
Yeah, that roof's good. There's no leaks.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I had somebody else who was like, "Our roof is leaking. Do you have a roofer?" And like, yeah, I do.
Or they're busy now.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing they can do right now. Throw a tarp up there.
Yeah. Or just let it leak.
All right. Make it a great day.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks.